Jennifer Kesse was the kind of person you would describe as driven, accomplished, and vibrant. At just 24 years old, she had built a life that many would envy. Jennifer had a thriving career as a project manager at Central Florida Investments, a loving family, and a stable relationship with her boyfriend, Rob Allen. Her passion for adventure and meticulous attention to detail reflected her bright personality and promising future. But on January 24, 2006, Jennifer disappeared, and her once bright future was tragically cut short. Her story is more than a missing persons case. It is a chilling mystery that continues to haunt investigators, her family, and the Orlando community. What happened to Jennifer Kesse? Could it have been prevented? These are questions that remain unanswered despite years of investigation and endless public speculation. In the days leading up to her disappearance, Jennifer was in high spirits. She had just returned from a relaxing vacation in St. Croix with her boyfriend. Their relationship was serious, despite the challenges of distance. Rob lived in Fort Lauderdale, 2 hours away. Still, they spent hours on the phone the night of January 23rd. Rob later recalled nothing unusual about their conversation. Jennifer talked about her work, her upcoming plans, and her excitement to see him that weekend. The next morning, January 24th, began like any other day, or so it seemed. Jennifer's routine was as predictable as her punctuality. She usually left her apartment at 7:30 and drove to her office in Ocoee, a short commute away. But on this day, Jennifer never made it to work. Her absence was quickly noticed. Co-workers repeatedly called her phone, but there was no answer. Concerned, they contacted her parents, Drew and Joyce Kesse, who knew something was wrong. Jennifer wasn't the kind of person who would disappear without explanation. When Jennifer's parents arrived at her apartment that evening, they found no obvious signs of foul play. Her car was gone, but her apartment seemed normal. A wet towel in the bathroom indicated that she had showered that morning. Her makeup was neatly arranged on the counter, and her favorite outfit for work seemed to have been chosen. But something was oddly out of place. Jennifer's cell phone, purse, and keys were nowhere to be found. There were no signs of forced entry, and her family couldn't shake the feeling that Jennifer had been taken against her will. The condominium complex itself, Mosaic at Millenia, was still under construction at the time, with many units unoccupied and numerous construction workers on site daily. Jennifer had previously expressed discomfort with the workers, mentioning to her parents that some had catcalled her and made her feel unsafe. Could one of them have been watching her? Or could the suspect have been someone closer to home, a neighbor or acquaintance she trusted? These questions were just the beginning of a case that would soon become one of the most baffling disappearances in Florida history. 2 days later, a major development occurred. Jennifer's black Chevy Malibu was found abandoned in an apartment complex about a mile from her home. The car gave investigators their first solid lead, but it also raised more questions than answers. Inside the car, detectives found nothing out of the ordinary. No signs of a struggle, no suspicious items, and no trace of Jennifer. A police canine picked up her scent near the car but quickly lost it, suggesting she may have been transferred to another vehicle or carried away from the scene. The most startling clue, however, came from surveillance footage taken at the apartment complex. A grainy video showed an unidentified person parking Jennifer's car and walking away. Unfortunately, the footage offered little clarity. The camera's angle was partially obscured by a gate, and the person's face was blocked at nearly every step. This person, dubbed the luckiest suspect, became a haunting mystery in the case. Jennifer's disappearance sparked countless theories, each with its own twists and turns. Jennifer had expressed concern about the construction workers at Mosaic at Millennia. Could one of them have taken advantage of her routine, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Investigators interviewed dozens of workers, but the transient nature of the job made it difficult to track them all down. Was Jennifer targeted by someone who knew her? This theory gained traction, given the lack of a struggle in her apartment and the calculated manner in which her car was abandoned. Could Jennifer have been the victim of a random crime, such as a carjacking or a predator lying in wait? The proximity of her car to her apartment lends weight to this possibility. Some speculate that Jennifer was abducted for the purpose of human trafficking. Florida is a known hotspot for such crimes, given its major highways and transient population. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory. For Jennifer's parents, the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into years, with no resolution. Drew and Joyce Kesse became tireless advocates for their daughter, pouring their grief into efforts to keep her story alive. In 2018, frustrated by the lack of progress, the Kesse family sued the Orlando Police Department to gain access to Jennifer's case files. They were granted 16,000 pages of documents that revealed shocking failures in the investigation. Among them was the discovery of evidence suggesting a possible struggle near Jennifer's car. The family's fight for justice hasn't wavered. They continue to search for answers and have offered a $15,000 reward for information leading to Jennifer's whereabouts. Giving up is not an option for them. How could someone disappear in broad daylight without a trace? Was Jennifer betrayed by someone she trusted, or was she just in the wrong place at the wrong time? The surveillance footage remains one of the most frustrating aspects of the case. If the camera had been positioned just a few inches higher or lower, would Jennifer's abductor have been identified? Another puzzling detail is the lack of eyewitnesses. How could no one see or hear anything suspicious, even in a busy apartment complex? Jennifer Kesse's story is a sobering reminder of how fragile life can be and how quickly things can change. It also highlights the importance of vigilance, community awareness, and persistence in the search for justice. If you have any information, no matter how small, please contact the appropriate authorities. Jennifer's family deserves answers, and her case deserves closure.